What's up, everybody? It's your boy Kid Smooth back with another episode of the Let's Talk Games podcast, and I got the return of Mr. Game Dev himself, Jay from DDI.
Hey, it's all going, people. We've got one super tired gamer right here.
So we might lose him in the middle of the show, and we got E-Rock.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is your boy E-Rock8150, the Don King of Xbox, representing extreme Xbox gamers, and now we game here, the revolution that's powered by you.
Whoa.
We have the Jesus Christ of YouTube and the anti-Gears of War. we have Anchorman.
Hey guys, this is Anchorman here from my own YouTube channel. Also co-host of Multiverse Podcast with Tick Podcast. And hey.
And we have FN, Mr. My team lost today. Chicago's very own.
Whoa. What's going on,
right,
people? P.O.P. Hold it down. Mama, I love you.
All right, so today I wanted to talk about Gears of War and then the emerging reports, rumors, whatever you want to call it, in regards to them remastering the original Gears of War from 2006. And I want to get everyone's thoughts on this, or, you know, is this something that's real? Is it like a rumor? Or, I mean, it seems more likely than false to me. I think it's more of a real thing than I think is false. But maybe one of you can enlighten me. Any takers?
Sure, I'll do it, I guess. Here's my understanding of what we have confirmed. The rumors started from Polygon, who said they had inside sources that said that Gears of War 1 was going to be a anniversary edition. They're going to completely redo the game. The supposedly confirmed thing was 1080p 60 frames per second. There's going to be multiplayer, not just co-op. There's going to be like horde mode, and there's going to be like PvP. That's what I understand from it. Then they had IGN reported on it because Polygon reported on it. Everybody's jumping in on it. I believe Kotaku was the only ones who said that their sources confirmed this rumor, and that's as far as we're at now.
Okay. And so we have, you know, first we got, like, you know, after the whole Marcus Phoenix collection, you know, petition era, I can call it era because it lasted long enough. After that finally was turned down or shot down or finally denied by was it Aaron Greenberg? Not Greenberg. It was Rod Ferguson who came out with the tweet. And now, but we knew they were working on something Gears, and I was hoping Gears 4. So with the remaster in the works, what does that mean for Gears of War 4?
I'm hoping it doesn't mean that. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
I'm hoping it doesn't mean that Gears of War 4 is getting pushed back, because I do not want that at all. You know, on my YouTube channel, folks are like, well, you don't do like 5 videos a day. That's because I'm not going to do any videos if there's not any news, and I'm not going to make up any news. This has been a week this has been a week that's just been rife with rumors. Supposedly, Xbox is losing the exclusive deal with Call of Duty, and now there's going to be a Gears of War remastered. And it's just like, you know, I understand that YouTube channels and news agencies, you know, they got to go with whatever they got to go with to get some news out there. But it's like, you know, if this rumor about Gears of War remastered is even remotely true, I mean, you know, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You know, if I'm knocking a lot of these remastered games, with the exception of Tomb Raider, that Tomb Raider remaster, that was excellently done. But, you know, if I was knocking these remasters last week on other systems, I'm going to knock them this week on my system of choice, the Xbox. I do not want to see a remastered Gears of War, and I love Gears of War. I don't want to see a remastered Gears of War at the expense of waiting another year and a half for Gears of War 4. Damn that, man. I want Gears of War 4. So that's my take on it.
I think it's happening. I think Gears of War. I don't think it's going to hinder Gears of War 4, but I think that I think this was something they was putting together while other people was begging for collections.
I think the only thing I do know is that according to rumors, they've sourced out the work to some other dev to make just Gears of War Remastered 1.
Yeah, they were. I think they sent it to what's it called?
Plastic or something.
Yeah, Plastic Wax, but that was for just the I think the art, the graphics.
Oh, that was a redone cutscene.
Splash damage. That's what you're talking
splash
about.
damage. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, after agree with Ewok on this one. I'm not excited by this news at all. If it was some sort of collection, yes, I would be excited because it's slightly getting quite a bit of gaming for your money. But yeah, I don't know. We're complaining about remasters, and what I mean, this is just another remaster. It doesn't matter whether it's for the Xbox or not. We can't be hypocritical and start saying, yeah, we want this now because it's on the Xbox. Gears of War, it had a good story. I remember, when I first booted it up on my 360, and it was like, oh, this is amazing, this game. The multiplayer was amazing. The memories that I had with me and my friends, we had some nice clan matches back then. But guess what? I don't really play with those people anymore. And the online multiplayer of recent, for me, is just rubbish. People don't talk. It's just so dead on. Dead. Multiplayer's been dead on all the games I've been playing. I work some crazy hours because obviously I do my game dev in the evenings and stuff like that. So I play at random times. So I hardly ever play with my friends and stuff like that. So I hope to get into matches with randoms and get a good match going. But either everyone's either in parties or people just don't want to talk. And for me, Gears of War was always big. It was big on the multiplayer, so I can't get excited about it because I just know my experience. So the multiplayer is not going to be anywhere near as good as what I played on the original. So for me, it's just going to be a remaster that's just not going to be worth the money. So I just can't get behind it. And the rumors that I just heard is that it's coming in 2016. The only thing I can see happening is they have an E3 and it's like, do you know what, guys? Turn on, go to the store right now. The game's free, or something crazy like that to get the hype up for the next Gears of War. But other than that, do you know what I mean? If it's coming out 2016, it's just like, why? I don't get it. Other than a 10-year anniversary, so I don't know. For me right now, it just does not excite me one bit.
Like the game. Go ahead, Rice.
No, I was gonna say, you know what? This one of those games I gave that exception to because it's the first Gears was one of the games I really enjoyed when it first came out, and even especially back then I wasn't really as a big fan of gaming as I am now. So for the game to impress me like that, I think it was a really good. That says a lot about it. So I'm kind of excited for it, but at the same time, I feel like you're right. I wish we could tone it down on the remasters, but if they had to, they chose a good game to remaster.
Here, the thing is, all right, I have a gripe. But the reason why I have a gripe with remasters, if all those bullshit remasters that didn't came out, and this was like, let's say, the second one after like Tomb Raider and Halo, or the third one after Tomb Raider and Halo to come out, I would be super excited. I would actually be like, okay, you know what? I would pay. I'll pay $40-$50 to play Gears of War again and like a remaster. Had it not all these remasters of games that I never bought in the first place had to come out. That's like Saints Row, and then now with oh my God, there's so many. But there's like I want to say there's almost like 20 remasters that's already out.
Right.
Check this though. Wait, sorry, let me just quickly jump in here real quick because I just had like some really bright spark moment. don't you think that we've invested enough money in these remasters to fund the ability to have backwards compatibility in our Xboxes? Like,
Absolutely.
it does not make no sense. Do you know what I mean? Like, how much does it cost to fund for them to add this feature on? You know, how many remasters must we get for people to be blinded by the fact that they just won't give us backwards compatibility? To me, there's nothing more that they can add to this game that it warrants a remaster. See, Master Chief Collection was 4 games in one. So that's what I keep saying. That was value for your money. Do you know what I mean? You just got one game, bang, that turns out to be 4 games. But bringing out individual remasters, why? I've still got an Xbox 360. Why can't I just boot that up and then everyone, you know what I mean, jump on that and start playing that game? Why do I need to get this on the Xbox 3 or on the Xbox One? It makes no sense to me. We've invested so much money in these remasters, but they should be like, you know what, come on, man. We need to give these guys backwards compatibility since we're going to still, you know, be giving them all these old games to play. So, do you know what I mean? I just believe that, you know, people are just being fooled into buying these remasters. Like, they need to just bring backwards compatibility.
You know,
Now,
go ahead.
Not to sound like I'm damage controlling it, but they are putting the games out there for you to, you know, you have the option to buy it or not. You know what I mean? I get what you're saying. Like, there's so many remasters out there, they probably should just, you know, tack on backwards compatibility somehow. But it's not like they're forcing you. Like, here, you have to buy Gears of War, or you can't play your Xbox. It's not like they're forcing you to do it.
You know, no, I wish is that like they did the backwards compatible, even if it wasn't like, you know, physical, even if it was just digital, you know, you went back and go through your Xbox 360 library on your Xbox One. You know how you can look at the achievements and you just hit play game and it just pops up and you just play it. You know what I mean? And still be able to earn your achievements and whatnot. I mean, I would be fine with that. But as far just to bring it back to Gears of War, now Gears of War was the game to introduce me to like truly where I was like, oh my god, this is next generation. This is what I expect this or better for the next 8 to 10 years. You know what I mean? With my Xbox 360, like I couldn't get off that game. I remember the running. You know how it zoomed up to you while you're running from area to area. The roadie run. That's what they called it. Thank you, Rock. That roadie run. Oh my! Like when I experienced that for the first time, I was like, oh crap! You know what I mean? And it was just like just a great experience. So, like I said, if they were going to remaster one of the games, I mean, I'm happy that it's Gears of War 1. But my only thing was, it's like, okay, it's coming now. That means Gears of War turns 10 next year. So that means they're going to drop an anniversary likely next year. And then what? We don't get Gears of War 4 until what? 2017, 2018 maybe? No, maybe 2017. And that's where I don't know. I can't wait that long for a Gears of War. Like, what else are they gonna give me? Like, and speaking of pricing, Anchorman, I seen a tweet from you in regards to what you were predicting.
Oh yeah, I put out a tweet as soon as they announced the Marcus Phoenix collection wasn't happening, and I said Gears of War Anniversary for $25. I think that Microsoft is going to realize that charging $60 for this game is not going to happen. People aren't going to pay $60 for one game that's being remastered. I mean, even within their own setup, where they had the Marcus Phoenix, Master Chief Collection, they realized that was value. You had 4 games, all the maps, everything for $60. And with this particular game, it's like, okay, we're going to tack on multiplayer. Or PvP. I don't think there was PvP in the first Gears. I don't think so. Unless you guys want to correct me.
Yeah, it was. There was.
I thought it was just Horde mode. But,
no. Horde wasn't even in the first Gears.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't really get to play it because when I got around to it, it was kind of too late. Nobody was on it, and so I was like, well, not going to happen.
Yeah, they put Horde in Gears 2 and then added Beast Mode in Gears War 3. Mm-hmm. But Gears of War 1 just had PvP.
Okay, so I think that they're going to realize that it's not worth it for just one game, and so at max they might throw it for $30, but they're not going to do 60. And that's if they do 60, no one's going to buy it. Maybe the die-hard Gears fans will buy it, but Joe Schmo isn't going to buy one game for $60 again.
Yeah. Oh, what if they did this? What if they scanned your achievements, saw that you already owned it on a 360, and said, "Hey, for £5 you can own the upscaled resolution version."
I'm with that.
Yeah. See, I'm with that, and this will be the first time I actually have a game where I can take advantage of owning it on the Xbox 360.
Yeah, because the thing what they don't realize, I understand what you were saying about this choice, but I don't have a choice in the amount of plugs that were built into the house I live into, so I can't connect, my 360, my PlayStation 4, my Xbox One, my Sky, do you know what I mean? There's so many things that I own that the 360 has to take a backseat, and do you know what I mean? It's only in the rarest of occasions that I'm gonna put it on, but then that means I have to unplug the Xbox One and all that stuff, and it's just not really gonna happen. So although I have the choice not to buy it and just jump back on the 360 version, it's very unlikely to happen just because of the way we set up our entertainment system. So yeah, having a system where they can say, okay, this guy already owned this game. Okay, we're gonna charge him, maybe £5 or is it $10 in your money? So yeah, charge them $10 and then we give them the game. Like, Jimmy, $40, $60. To me, that's nonsense. That's just way too much for the same game.
I think I love the fact that Microsoft has been very positive when they do have a game that they have a next gen version for. They don't charge you an arm and a leg for it. They'll make some sort of deal like they do with Master Chief Collection, or if you have Minecraft, it's like a $5 upgrade.
Yeah,
okay,
I understand what you're saying. Sorry, I'm cutting. But like, take State of Decay for example. You see how it got rave reviews when it first came out on a 360 or whatever, and it was like, "Oh, this game's amazing," blah blah blah. And then I was like, "Do you know what? I missed it on the 360. I got to get this game because everyone talks about. I like the concept of it. Zombies, blah blah blah, this stuff." So as soon as it was down for pre-order, I usually don't pre-order, but I was like, "No, this game I need to get before I forget. Let me just buy it now." And then I saw a review on it on GameSpot, and it got like a 5, and I was like, "What the hell?" This was like, a game that got spoken very highly about. And I read the reviews, and it was like, the reason they got a 5 was because the same bugs that were there in the 360 version are still there in the Xbox One version. So, where they had the opportunity a year or two later to fix all these things, and as well as upscale the resolution, they just left all the bugs in, made it look a bit prettier, in 1080p, 60 frames.
Really
but they left all the bugs in there. So that kind of made me feel like, wow, do you know, I don't even want this game anymore, because it might have been acceptable, the issues that it had back then, but when you had the opportunity to fix those things, it's like, you just left them in. So as a developer, you just kind of was like, well, we're not going to bother, we're just going to make it look pretty, just get some more money and stuff like that. So I actually feel like now I'm going to cancel my pre-order, and I think I've actually just convinced myself that I'm actually going to do that. So
understandable. I'm still likely going to get it because I don't know. It's like I said, I don't really have, I guess, anything to play, but I still found the game interesting. I didn't play it on a 360, but I don't know. It'll be something I have to see for myself. But now for a Gears of War like remaster, now we know you're likely going to get the 1080p. They're shooting for 60 frames per second. Now, does Gears of War get put on dedicated servers?
I mean, I'll have to pass this on to somebody else, because this is actually, I can't believe this is happening. If this is true, this generation, and I want you guys to answer Kid's question, but is this what this generation is about? These remasters? And I've seen the YouTube videos from other prominent YouTubers saying, I don't see any problem with these remasters. The remasters are for people that got rid of their last generation consoles. Well, why'd you get rid of your last generation console? I still got my 360.
Was couldn't afford it. I got rid of my 360 to buy an Xbox One.
Now, why did you do that, Anchorman?
Because I'm fucking broke.
Guys. Well, I'm not knocking Anchorman or
No, what you're
BG
saying is because
Gamer.
you wanted to upgrade. That's the point here. He's saying we all wanted to upgrade. That's why I had two Xbox 360s, so I cashed in one. I didn't need to, but I just cashed in because I needed the space. So I cashed in one. I kept my 360 because I was like, oh, they give away free games. But then now I'm just like, even though I'm getting these free games, I don't want to play them. I want to play this next generation console. So do you know what I mean? So exactly what Evok's saying, we cashed them in because we wanted to do an upgrade, not a remaster of the previous generation.
Yeah. The reason why the previous generation, and then you guys can get back to Kid's question because he asked a good question about dedicated servers. The reason why last generation was so amazing was because PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 had the balls to say, hey guys, you know what? The last generation, it was amazing, but bye, it's gone. Let's move on. And they concentrated solely on giving you the next generation of games. It's like, I don't know whether it's people in America or gamers, movie fans. I've just seen this trend lately. People don't want to let go, man. They don't want to let go.
You know, dude, I agree with you. Whenever the 360 came out, they had a period of like 1 year where they were still supporting last gen.
Mm-hmm.
They were saying like, yeah, okay, we might give you a port, we might still have games coming out, but as soon as that year was up, they dropped it like a sack of cookies. They were like, okay, we're done, we're all moving on, good, let's go. And so they just kept supporting the next gen, and they just all worked on that. And like, I definitely agree. And part of it is not just having these remastered games as much as it is having these new games having ports for like 360 or PS3, and we're still supporting them. We're almost 2 years out now. We're it's almost been 2 years since the console launched, and we're still supporting it. Tomb Raider is having a 360 version,
which is ridiculous.
Over 2 years after the Xbox One came out, they're gonna have a Tomb Raider on 360. I mean, that's unbelievable. And like when they claim, oh, this game's next gen. No, it's not next gen if it's on last gen. I don't care if it's a port. I don't care if it's nerfed. The fact that it is on last gen at all does not make it next gen.
And I can hear him now.
Other consoles cannot run.
Exactly. And Anchorman, I can hear him now. I can hear the millions and millions of 360 owners saying, well, the 360 is a good console and I still own it. Here's where eRock8150 makes a bunch of enemies and I don't care. You deadbeats need to let go of the past like I did. I never thought about getting rid of my 360 because I had too much legacy content on it. All my arcade games, the Dreamcast collection, I wasn't losing that stuff, so I saved my money. I didn't have dough like Kid Smooth and the rest of these guys to go out day one and get an Xbox One. Well, you know what I did? And I was pissed about it too. I was pissed about it, but I waited till March when I could afford it. I waited till March of 2014 when it dropped down to $450, and I took my ass down to Best Buys, and I was like, man, $450? It's never going to get any cheaper than this. Wrong. So what? They're giving away the Xbox One. Dude, there is no excuse. If you can't afford $300, there's a guy that's bouncing at a strip club in Thailand that can afford $300. If you can't afford that, man, just get out of here. I don't have no time for this.
I'll tell you. Believe me, I've talking to all these people through YouTube or just stuff. I've heard so many stories about what I gave up and stuff. I mean, for me, I had to give up. I gave up my comic collection just to. I was an extra like $200. I gave up my 360 and all the games on there, and I saved up the rest of the money, and I bought it on Black Friday of 2013.
You guys are making me feel really bad right now because I saw it on when it got revealed, and I just went out and pre-ordered 2 of them.
Money. That's crazy.
Yeah, no,
I knew it was coming, so I started saving up. That's all. That's it.
I don't know.
when it was revealed, I had pre-ordered one on Xbox.com. No, I pre-ordered one off my Xbox 360 when they had the E3 advertisement. When they revealed the Xbox One, I reserved it on my Xbox 360, but I ended up giving that one to my one of my best friends, and then I ended up going to GameStop to reserve the second one so I can do a Midnight Madness for it. And then the one that I ordered on my 360 got delivered to me the day of, and I just had my friend come pick it up when he got back in town. But yeah, but it's just all right. Let's take our personal feelings aside.
Dedicated servers.
Okay, I'll go first. Yeah, we know dedicated servers are great. Peer-to-peer, obviously, in the original one was good, especially if you was the host and you had that shotgun, because that was really nice little advantage you got. So everyone used to scramble to try and get host for that one. But yeah, so I'm guessing dedicated servers will probably be the way to go for this. So so even playing field, give us smoother matches and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure that isn't there supposed to be like some special sort of matchmaking or online stuff going on with this new Xbox One anyway. I don't even know. But yeah, whatever they can do to make the experience a lot better. Yeah, I'm all down for that. I'm just gonna sound like I've got no friends or whatever, but as long as we can get matches where people are talking to me, I'm good for that. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, so anything that makes the experience just as good as what I had when I played it originally, just but smoother. I'm down for that. So if that means dedicated servers, then let's do it. I mean, we've invested enough money into getting dedicated servers, in my opinion. So give us the good stuff. Don't hold back, I say.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know where the dedicated servers are going. I don't know what the deal is. I know they promised, 300,000 dedicated servers, but I don't know why they're not using them, honestly. Even for like their own games, I don't know. I just don't know.
I would hope so. It seemed like when they was when I read the article, like, it feel like they was stress testing. So hopefully they trying to figure out what's the minimum they can hold, at least that for the servers. But I don't know. It could be peer to peer at the same time. But we hope for dedicated servers, especially coming over to the newer generation.
And that was the thing is that was one of the bigger complaints about all the Gears of War games that came out in the past is that the host migration, the host advantage, the freaking Nasher shotgun, man, it was like people that PvP. So that's why when the dedicated servers things was announced, when they were revealing the Xbox One and they were talking about like the whole dedicated server, the first thing I thought of was Gears of War, and I was like, no more host migration. That's the only thing I could think of, because that would be the excuse of why I lost every match. Every match that I lost in Gears was host advantage. But I think when they put this out and just to see it be run on dedicated servers, I think it would be a big deal. It's just kind of like going back to the past and seeing how would a Gears of War game played without those like issues, and the playing field. But I don't know. Like I said, I am sick of remasters, but there's a little part of me that just is really excited that there's something Gears of War that's coming that's going to be playable at some time. I mean, I'm hoping they don't rip us off and just give us a decent price. I mean, I'll play Gears of War again, even if they made it, like I said, made it free, make the Xbox 360 version just playable right now. I'll be excited. I'll be happy. I don't have my 360 anymore, so that's why I can't go back and play Gears of War 1. But I would be happy just to play Gears of War again. I'm not gonna buy it for whatever one. What's the one they put out on PC? I'm not gonna do that. But
yeah.
But I don't know. My only concern about all these reports about the Gears of War remaster is that, damn, is this now? Am I not going to see a new Gears of War game for another year or two? Or are they going to surprise us and just bring the shit out this year and then put out Gears 4 like on the anniversary date of the original Gears and just give us some sort of the HD remaster at wherever discounted price is going to be this year. Maybe that's one of the surprises or something like that. One of the first party reveals, since they're going to be focusing on that, you know. But I don't know. That's just I don't know. I'm not gonna lie to say I'm not gonna say I'm not excited about it. I'm anything that's related to Gears of War, I'm actually excited. If I'm gonna be able to play a Gears of War game, I'm excited. It sucks that it's gonna be just a remaster and not a collection of all the games. But like I said, if it wasn't for all the other freaking 15 plus remasters that came out over the past 6 months, I would probably be jumping through the roof right now. But
Yeah.
we've been.
I want to
overwhelmed.
Sorry for getting that.
No, go ahead.
Earlier, you kind of skimmed over what I thought about the Gears War stuff. Just before I go off on this, if you've never played the game that's getting remastered, ignore everything I'm about to say. Because if you personally have never played it, go ahead and get it. Because chances are, if they're remastering it, at least had some sort of value. It was at least worth some. It was important to somebody if they're remastering it. So I mean, you may like the game, you might not like the game, but remastered games in general, I feel should never be $60. When a game is $60, I'm expecting brand new. You put in a ton of extra stuff, and just there's a lot of stuff along those lines. You shouldn't charge that much. Like if you really look at when Metro Last Light, well, that was one of the very first game, not Last Light, but like the Metro Redux, when that got redone. That was probably the most flexible, best remastered thing I've seen yet. Because you could buy it for $50 and get both games, or you could buy games separately. You didn't have to buy them together. Unlike the Handsome Collection for Borderlands, where you have to buy both. And I'm like, I might maybe want to play the pre-sequel, but no, you have to buy both. I'm like, I'm not paying for both, so I guess I'm just not getting it. So it's a game should not be $60 if it's being remastered.
No, I agree with you.
That's
and a lot of
one
these
reason why.
remasters are really just re-releases. Like
That's
Dark
true.
Souls, that's a re-release.
Yes.
It's a Game of the Year edition. It came out last time. It's nothing new. They're not throwing in that much of a difference into the game. A game needs to be deserving of a remaster. Like a game, if it's 10 plus years old, I could see that. That makes sense to me. I mean, it's an old game, and it would be great to see it updated completely. But in regards to the Gears anniversary, I'm fine with it. I think what the release thing will be was, like I said before, the $25, just Gears 1, completely redone. They'll release it in 2016 around spring for the anniversary, and then they'll have Gears 4 in November, something like that. That's what I think it is, and I don't. While I think a collection would be cool, I think it would be really awesome to have a Gears of War collection, as I've stated many times in the past. If the Master Chief collection had gone off without a hitch and it was completely perfect, I'd say we definitely see a Marcus Phoenix collection. But because it didn't go off and they got a lot of hate on it, and they know they don't have the time to really go through and do justice to everything, I don't think they're going to bother with it. So, and it's also the psychology of the community as well. Like the fact that when they announced the Master Chief collection, everybody was expecting a Halo 2 anniversary. Everybody was expecting the Halo 2 anniversary, and then they dropped, here's all like 1, 2, 3, and 4. It was huge. But everybody was expecting a collection, and then they say, well, it's just Gears 1.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's a good point, because it seems sort of like they set a bar, and then now they've just gone way under that bar that they've set. So, they kind of shot themselves in the foot by doing what they did with the Master Chief collection, because now all their remasters are sort of like, well, you gave us 4 games for, a decent price, and the other one, you even gave us a film with it. Now you want to give us just this one game and stuff like that. But I was just having a little think to myself, and I thought to myself, when they're doing these remasters and stuff like that, to me, they've got all these assets that they could use to remake sure, not remake, to make a new level or something like that, just to kind of say, okay, it's a remaster, but it's now got this extra, thank you level on it or something like that.
Just like
I don't,
just like Metro Redux, they added a bunch of extra levels that no one ever saw.
yeah, exactly, because I just feel like you're doing this remaster, you're making it 1080p, 60 frames per second, but is that it? Like, you're doing exactly the same thing. Most people play these games, and there's, there's only a handful of games where you play it and you think to yourself, I want to play that again because there's either another ending or it was just that good where you know what I mean, you just want to play it or you want to bet your time or something like that. But especially with like good single player campaigns, I tend to say to myself, do you know what I experienced was an epic story. I'm going to leave it at that. It's let's take for example The Last of Us. How many times can you play that game? It seems like it's very demanding the stories. For you to it engrosses you and stuff like that. Like how many times would you want to play that again and again and again and again? You're probably just gonna do it once. So for me, playing it in a higher frame rate, you know, doesn't mean the storyline's gonna change. It's gonna be the exact same thing. It's gonna be like, oh, you're going through the corridor. Yeah, I know that there's gonna be something around that thing, so I can shoot without even opening my eyes, and I know I'm gonna kill it because you know exactly what's coming, and that's what I think is gonna come from these remasters. So I just feel that they should be able to take some of these assets and so they might say, okay, if we make new assets, then that adds on to the development time or whatever. But I mean, I find that all a bit suspect anyway. Being a developer and all. But I just feel like you can take some of these assets and make some kind of new level or new modes, just something, just to say thank you, whatever. And also, I was thinking to myself, everyone's always bashing Microsoft and Xbox One and blah blah blah. But if they were to just kind of say, okay, here's this Gears of War game, one of our iconic, characters, blah blah blah. Do you know what? Buy an Xbox today, you get this game for free, and everyone who already has an Xbox gets it for free. Blah blah blah. Just gave it to us for free. I mean, Microsoft's got the money to be able to give it away for free. So I just feel like if they did something like that, I mean, that would be really good in the press. Especially around E3 time. Get people sort of rallying behind them and stuff like that. So that could be something like to sort of put them in a good spotlight. But yeah.
That's a good idea, but knowing the media and the Microsoft haters, somebody will find a way to hate on it. Oh, it's so desperate, they're giving it away. I find this best now, me personally. And I love video gaming. I love video gaming. I love movies. I love all of that. I found that lately, the more that I detach myself from this stuff, the less I get hurt. 'Cause I used to get hurt about the way people attack Microsoft because they're busting their ass, they're trying, and it seems like they're damned if they do, they're damned if they do, and they're damned if they don't. So it's like, even if Microsoft was to do something like that, Jay, it'd be cool, it'd be out of left field, like, oh man, they're giving away the remastered Gears of War for free for anybody who buys an Xbox One. Somebody will find a way to hate on it. And the thing I like about Phil Spencer and those guys, everybody calls them soft because they're so nice and they just sit back through all the attacks. It's not being nice, it's being detached. They're aware of who they are, like Apple. They know who they are. They know who their audience is. They know how to deal with the media, and they're worrying about their product. They're not worrying about you haters. This world is full of too many haters and not enough creators. And Microsoft is a creator, so they're focused on what they're doing. And Jay, that'd be a great surprise. That'd be a great surprise, the idea that you have. But somebody would find a way to hate on it. I guarantee you. But let's move on.
That sums it up. That's pretty much accurate. But Rise, I haven't heard from you in a little bit.
Yo.
So I don't know how they're gonna release it or how they reveal it, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna hear something. And Rod Ferguson and all of them said they're gonna have Gears of War at E3. So that's definitely something's coming. But I just want them to hurry up and announce whatever they gotta announce. But
So everybody's ruling out the chance of us seeing a Gears of War at the end of this year.
I think. See, I personally think it's coming at the end of this year. I think the remaster is.
Yeah.
I personally believe that.
I was hoping for a more advanced, like the Gears of War 4 possibly coming out at the end of this year.
No. I don't think Gears of War 4 this year. I
don't believe it. And here's why. I don't think that Gears of War is coming out this year. Gears of War Remaster is coming out this year simply because Halo.
Yeah.
They're going to devote everything to Halo.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to focus all their effort on Halo like they've done every single time Halo is coming out.
That would take away. You're right.
Yeah, but the thing is, all right, they won't drop Gears of War 4 this year, but I think a remaster, I think, could see a late November release. You know,
they already got their 3-game lineup. That they've been doing this for the last 2 years. They're not going to change it up anymore. And I don't like it, but that's just what they're doing. They have their 3-game lineup: Forza 6. You got Halo 5, and what was the other one? Crap.
Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider, yeah. Tomb Raider.
Third-party exclusive?
3 games. Those are the 3 games they're going to market out of their ass, and it's going to just. Those are the 3 games they're going to market until Kingdom Come.
We will see something from Black Tusk. We will see something from Gears of War 4, but it ain't coming this year, children. You better mark that on your. I'm telling you when it's coming. November 2016, maybe, but yeah, November 2016. But you will see something at E3, maybe a pre-rendered video, something.
What's coming November 2016? Gears of War 4 or a remaster of Gears of War 1?
Gears of War 4, it has to be. If we're going by how Microsoft always staggers their big releases every November, look at them historically. Every November, wow, since 2006, it's been a big release. So if Halo 5 is coming out November 2015 or September or October 2015, you can pretty much bet. I mean, Black Tusk hasn't been sitting around twiddling their thumbs the last 2 years. I'm almost sure they are burning the midnight oil to get Gears of War 4 ready for October or November 2016. So at E3 this year, you're going to see a pre-rendered video most likely or something. That's just how Microsoft rolls. Because, I mean, you know, I know it sucks, Xbox fans, but right now, you know, we're kind of the underdogs. So, you know, you kind of need to show your big guns. You know, you kind of need to send Cal Ripken and Babe Ruth out there at E3. So 1, 2, 3 punch, Halo 5, a video at least telling you the Gears of War is coming next year. We're going to see something.
Yeah, I mean, I think you see a Gears teaser this year at E3.
So yeah. You have Gears 4 coming November 2016. So when do you have the remaster of Gears of War 1 coming?
Probably in an odd month. Well, actually, there's no more odd months. The release of the Order 1886 for Sony has sort of put January and February on the map. So we might see that February 2016. You know, it's not too unheard of. But I gotta agree with the Anchorman. I don't see anything Microsoft doing taking away any heat or publicity from September and October, because that's when the full-on push is going for Halo 5.
It's September, October, November. That's what they do every single year. What they'll do is they'll have September, some game comes out. I'm sorry. Then they'll have October. Then they'll have November, and it's normally like later November, depending, because they have the Call of Duty deal and they get the marketing deal for that. So that's why you see this year it's going to be late October for Halo.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? They have a deal with. I think that's because they still have a deal with Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I know there's rumors going around saying that Sony's going to get that Sony's PS4 is going to get the deal with Call of Duty. I don't see it personally.
I see it. They want. I don't know if the more. Well, Call of Duty's gonna sell wherever it's on, regardless. So, but I mean, I can see it happening. But But that's literally for a different podcast or a different
That's a different
Yeah,
discussion.
but hold on, kid. Since Anchorman brought that subject up, we need to go there. Anchorman, can you hear me? Anchorman, you still out there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, man. I'm new to YouTube, man. Kid Smooth brought me in, but where do some of these guys that I watch on YouTube, and I watch them all, I love them. Where do some of these guys get these scoops? Because that's a pretty bold claim to say that Microsoft is going to lose their Call of Duty deal to Sony. Like, where do these guys get their news from? The Associated Press? Does a paperboy come by in the morning?
Years. They've said it for the last 2 years.
Wow.
They've been saying it since Ghost. They said, my PlayStation 4 is outselling the Xbox One. PlayStation 4 is more popular. Watch them. They're going to switch it up. So Call of Duty Ghost is going to be the it's going to have the lead platform be the PlayStation 4. They're going to have their own deal with that. And I was like, no. One, because they already announced that they were having a deal with it. They showed Call of Duty the Xbox One's reveal. It's not going to happen. And they said the same thing for Advanced Warfare. Like, the PlayStation 4 is outselling it so much. The Xbox One can't possibly be the lead platform again. It's the lead platform again. It has nothing to do with who is the top platform holder. It's all about money.
My question is though, why does it even matter? You're still going to get to play the game.
Yeah, and it's honestly not that big of a deal. Oh, I'm waiting 1 month for DLC. Oh no, I can't wait 1 month.
I haven't bought Call of Duty DLC since Modern Warfare 2.
Black Ops 2?
No, I haven't. I stopped at
Damn.
Black Ops was my last Call of Duty until Ghost, and I wish I never bought it.
Man, Ghost.
Ghost was rubbish, but Extinction, the co-op mode or whatever, the multiplayer mode, I found it really good. I even prefer it better than Zombies.
Razagran, hey Razagran, you out there, man?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Now, guys, I'm asking Razagran. Maybe he knows about this. The big news is about Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Now, I could care less about Black Ops 3 because I'm waiting for Halo. But I mean, what's the deal? What's the deal this year? Is it going to be robotic suits, dogs, pepper spray?
Steroids.
What's this year?
What I'm seeing is basically the same shit. Like until we hear more about it tomorrow, which we'll see. But it looks like it's going to be the exosuits again.
Oh man!
No, it's not exosuits. I can confirm it's not exosuits.
Okay, it's not exosuits, but
it's gonna be
I think the
cyborg
new
shit.
Well, according to this image, that's a damn exosuit.
The
going by the
new brand is
trailer,
going to be
it
a
might
lot
be-
like it.
Into suits or whatever.
What's
You're replacing your legs.
What's going to make a lot of people buy this game?
Suits.
Dedicated campaign zombie mode they have. The dedicated zombie story. That's what a lot of people are going to buy this game for.
Oh man!
Exactly. Classic
I'm
example.
gonna rant. I
Classic
love Black
example
Ops.
for why the game should be sold in parts, similar to like you said about Metro Redux. It should be, if you want zombie mode, buy that. If you want campaign mode, buy that, or get a bundle for $60. I don't want to play. I don't want to play campaign. Do you know what I mean?
I love that campaign. I think they do some of the best campaigns.
I don't want to play campaign. To be honest, I don't want to play multiplayer right now because, like I said, I've got no friends. No one talks to me, so I don't know. But I don't know. I'm really pushing for. You can buy multiplayer mode for something like $40. Buy a single player, $40. Buy the bundle, $60. I'm really pushing for that because.
Oh no, that's too expensive, dude.
Or do you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm trying to translate it into your currency. So
maybe
it's $30 or whatever.
Maybe more something like the base package of 40, which is just like just the campaign and just multiplayer, but you still have zombies as separate or integrated.
Yeah, zombies would be part of
Honestly, I don't think anybody would want to just cut out the campaign because I know a lot of people say, "Oh, I don't want to play the campaign," but the campaigns in Black Ops have always been great. They've always been the best.
Yeah, no. This is more of a sort of a general thing, not for just this game. But I always just feel like if I just want to play multiplayer, I should be able to just buy just multiplayer and not have to pay that extra for the campaign. But if I want to play just campaign, it's vice versa. Or if I want the whole thing, then yes, sell it to me as the whole thing. But
Yeah.
I mean, we're in a digital age. It's so easy to just put an if statement to say, if they haven't paid the full price, give them just this. I don't understand the problem. Maybe it's if they see it as they'll lose money for it or whatever. But I don't know. For me, it's just like, okay, digital age. People want what they want. Let's give it to them. And I mean, the numbers speak for itself. They say that a lot of people say people don't play single player. Oh, obviously, a lot of people do, but in terms of the percentages, they say that not many people do. And
Yeah.
when I was talking, people were complaining about the Battlefront single player. DICE have always said we're not good at campaign modes. Most of our players don't play campaign. Why should we, try and make a campaign mode and suck at it where we can just focus on a multiplayer mode? And do you know what I mean? But just things like that is why I keep saying, do it in these these sort of segments. Give them multiplayer, give them campaign, or give them a bundle. Or if they don't give you a campaign, then make it cheaper. Don't sell it for $60. They can't just be selling everything for one price because so many games are just different. It's like the order shouldn't have been $60. It should have been cheaper, and maybe people would have been satisfied with their purchase, and they might have even got more purchases from that because it would have been like, okay, it's not a long game, but guess what? It costs X amount of money. People would have been like, oh yeah, I can get down with that. But when you try to sell it for $60, what happens? You start comparing it to other games that's similar to it, and you start saying, nah, you're taking me for a ride here, and that's what some of these people think about.
So should have the order been like a Telltale game and you bought like the chapters and segments or something?
I feel so cheated though, because some of those chapters are literally just cutscenes.
Oh yeah, so
$5 a cutscene.
Oh man.
I want to go off a little thing real quick. I love Black Ops. Black Ops is just my total thing. I think ever since
Did
Black
you play
Ops
the
1,
original Black Ops? Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Black Ops 2, I love both of them. Black Ops 2 is probably my favorite multiplaer.
Treyarch really do a good job.
They know how to do a good campaign. They know how to make a good zombies. They know how to make all that kind of stuff, and I'm really glad about that. And what really gets me going though is they actually put a lot of effort into every part that they release. Like in Modern Warfare 3, the survival mode was the most tacked on bullshit I've ever played. It was just like, wow, we just want something to compete with zombies at this point. So we just threw in some random thing just to make you happy.
Didn't you think that on Black Ops 2, like there was just too many things like flying around in the air and all these drones here, and I don't know. For me, it just found like, is that the one where you was on a boat? There was a multiplayer map on a boat.
Yeah.
It's like as soon as the match started, you had grenades thrown. Then about 10 seconds later,
but they canceled that out.
Too many things.
Like you weren't allowed. There were no explosives for like the first 10 seconds of the game, so you couldn't just do that. Because it used to be that's how they did it in Black Ops 1. And then they changed it up. So no, that was too easy to get kills.
I just thought that they should have given you a perk that was an umbrella, so you could just bounce this shit off because it was so just flying around.
There were literal umbrellas on that map. You could hide them in. But I just thought, like, in terms of the package, like the zombies itself was like equal to the campaign. The zombies was equal to the multiplayer. It was all the way around. It was like I felt worth your money.
That was I spent the most time on Black Ops games in general.
Well, I spent the most time on Gears of War games. I'm sick of Call of Duty right now, but I really am. It's like Call of Duty to me is like the fucking Chicago Bulls. Just to put it like that. That's how I feel about Call of Duty.
Let's not do this right now.
I watch them because they're like Call of Duty. I buy it by default. But right. But you guys were bringing up some things that had me thinking about moments of Gears of War. All right, so. The thing is, I want to ask somebody, because I do want to share this. For those who play Gears of War or who's been a fan of it, what was your favorite either thing or favorite part of a Gears of War game of that you can do that you really... I mean, sure, there's some things you can do in other games, but that you liked in that game that you can do.
I'll take you. Number
Yeah.
one, picking up your friends. That was always good. You know, when you're bleeding out and you got like I don't know. It just felt more team based compared to like Call of Duty where you just get shot and then this respawn. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I like the whole factor of you had the one life and the fights felt so much more intense and similar to how the fights are in sort of something like Rainbow Six Vegas. I always like playing that mode where you got that one life, so you have to be really good, and stuff like that. But yeah, just having that ability to be able to bleed out or whatever. You can be calling out to your friend, "Hey man, I'm over here, come get me," and then you suddenly pick someone up, and then now it's 2 against 1 because you helped your friend out and stuff like that. And little moments like that. That's what used to get me about Gears of War.
Man, I haven't played the Gears in so long, but I was saying, don't judge me, but this literally was one of my favorite things though. Was the cover, the way you duck to cover.
Mm-hmm.
Like I used to love that. Like you could duck to cover or be behind a wall, and it was just so seamless. I loved it, man. Seriously.
I think what I liked about Gears, I only played the first one, so I didn't get into the later stuff. What I liked about it is it felt more like a contact sport. Like with Halo, you're hopping around, you're shooting each other, and that kind of stuff. It's like when someone beats you down, it doesn't feel as big of a deal as in Gears, when you're just like pull out the Lancer, just do something. It's like, oh yes. But that's what I like about it. It feels more like a contact sport.
Man, what about the mini game? The mini game of the reloads were good as well. You get it on point and you get all those bullets reach.
Oh yeah.
Like with that extra hit point and stuff like that. So you used to try and master that, and I don't know. It just felt like you needed more skill for that game. But I don't know because I'm not an esport Call of Duty person, so they probably say that Gears of War people are crap. But I don't know. For me, it took a lot more effort and skill to be good at that game.
What about you?
Let me paint a picture for y'all, man. For those who have forgotten, let me take you back to Emergence Day 2006, November, whenever it was. Most cats didn't even have high definition televisions yet. I actually played Gears of War #1 on a standard definition television and upgraded 2 months later. What did it for me was being Marcus Phoenix and going down on the locust, and I'm cornered, and all of a sudden, chainsaw, man, that just changed everything. The ability to just chainsaw somebody in a video game, that was crazy. And then after he chainsaws the board, he grabs the ammunition. I'll take that. Man, look, man, I was done. That's a man's game there, man, Gears of War.
And what's forgetting about the executions? The executions were amazing. The curb stomp.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
My favorite moments, oh my god, I have a couple of them. All right, so one is first I'm gonna say this one is I know this is not a big deal to many people, but this got me through a lot of games. This is was responsible for a lot of my great kill death ratios in Gears of War. Was grenade sticking. I would go in the beginning of the match, take my grenades and stick them behind cover and stick them on floor. So as soon as somebody go and jump in cover, they jump over it. All you see is body parts. Fly in the middle of the air, yo. Like that used to I'm like, yo. And even the thing one thing I love about Gears of War that I hate about every other game is that when I had sticky grenades, right, and somebody take me out early, I still got a potential to get 2 kills from my sticky grenades. Cause I would have game winners on games that I was dead already. Like people it'll come down to the last 2 people. Dude's he's rodeo running, boom. We won the game because my grenade went off. That felt so satisfying. I think about that every time, every match. I take out my grenades, go to where I need to put them at. I put them right next to the power weapon, behind the door or something, and they won't see it. They go for the sniper, boom, they done. And it was just the best strategy. But other than that, the other thing I loved, and it took me a while to get a hold of it because I used to hate when it was done to me because I used to like messing with the Lancer used to be my weapon, but somebody introduced to me. They said you need to do a 2-piece. That's automatic. And so with the 2-piece, you melee with the shotgun and you shoot immediately after. Boom, it's a wrap.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably the best combo you could do in the game. that was so satisfying too, just to know, and you knew it before you even shot the trigger. You knew you had it. Once you got that first hit, he was stunned for about a couple seconds, and it was a wrap. But those were among my favorite moments in Gears of War. That like still to this day, like I can I could just remember exactly how things went down and how I planned out how I was gonna go through the match. But
Cool. I'll say something. I really hate sort of like bringing up things like racism in terms when I'm talking about gaming and stuff like that, because you know what I mean. Like, I don't want to be on that hip hop gamer flex, but for me, I really liked the fact that they introduced that character Coltrane, because you know being a black guy, you didn't really see many like memorable characters that were black, and I remember when they introduced him, like a lot of people sort of like it stood out for a lot of people, and and even to this day, people they always remember the Coltrane. Do you know what I mean? Even though he wasn't like the main character or whatever, but he was that memorable. I mean, all of the characters.
He always had some good ad libs.
Yeah, exactly. So to me, that's a sort of a moment where I kind of thought, oh yeah, that's like a little nice thing that they've done, and they've put a character that is black and it isn't just someone that you have to kill kind of thing. So yeah, that's quite good.
Was it me or was Cole like really like when you used him in multiplayer, he was just stronger than everybody else? He could take more damage. That's what it felt like. It felt like he could take more damage.
I don't know, because my whole team that I used to play with, they all use Coltrane, so everyone was the Coltrane.
You know what somebody just brought up in the comment section was the moment when you like got encountered with the Berserker for the first time. I love that.
Yeah.
That was intense. Like I remember the first time encountering with it, and I didn't know what to do with that. That thing used to like literally, I could never dodge it. And then when I finally got it down, it took me, I don't know how many tries it took me to finally take it down. But that moment, like, it's like it was during a time where I wouldn't rage because I was like, yo, this is crazy. This is crazy.
Well, when was that?
The Berserker was in the first.
You never raged.
Oh, yeah. I didn't start raging like, oh man, Yeah, no, like what happened? I went through a couple phases of raging. I was raging during my NES days. I didn't rage during my PS2 GameCube days, and I didn't rage really through the first half of my 360 days, and then just recently with some of these games, it brought back the raginess. No, I raged in Call of Duty Online a lot, so I ain't gonna lie. No, I used to rage in Call of Duty a lot. Oh yeah,
And Watch Dogs.
Well, that's this generation. Watch Dogs, I rage because it's just a bad game. I don't know why that game pisses me off so much.
I still like that game for some reason.
Wow.
I actually liked it. I thought it was an okay game.
Right. But
it's a kid. So the audience doesn't get too confused, because I know the audience is like, oh man, you guys are getting all teary-eyed and waxing nostalgic about Gears of War, because Gears of War was a groundbreaking series. Gears of War was the game that defined the last generation. Make no doubts about it. Gears of War led, and everything else followed until Uncharted 2 came, and then Gears of War still led. We love Gears of War. We love Gears of War, but I just don't want a remastered Gears of War. I want Gears of War 4. That's all. I want Gears of War 4. I want to feel the way I felt on my 360, but I want to feel that way on my Xbox One. That's all.
Yeah.
But Ewok, sorry to just bump in. You saw my pictures that I put on Facebook today when I was at the video games arcade place. It's like a museum for all all the old systems and stuff like that.
Yes.
That is the time where you want to go and be nostalgic and remember all these old greats and stuff like that.
Yes.
But at the same time, when I went into that room at the end of at the exit of the certain section, guess what was there? PlayStation 4, Xbox One, next generation consoles. So I went around the room, went on the Commodore 64, one on the Spectrums, one on the Segas, Master System, Mega Drive, Nintendo, blah blah, and all that stuff. But when I got to the exit, it was like, yes, now I'm in 2015 on my next generation consoles, and that's how it should be.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah, but but we gonna wrap it up. You know, this was a good show tonight, talking about some Gears of War. Not everybody, because the consensus is not really happy about the remaster, but we did have time to reminisce on like our favorite times with the game, and got to talk a little bit about
Call of
Call of
Duty.
Duty and whatnot. As always, if always find a way to make its appearance on Let's Talk podcast. But no, it's you know, whatever happens. I'm looking forward to see it. As long as we get some Gears of War news, like I said, I'm gonna buy it regardless, because to do it again, and this is Gears of War Judgment disappointed me because they took away sticking grenades, and they made it they made it feel like honestly, it made it feel like Call of Duty and Gears of War like uniform. That's what it Judgment felt like, and I disliked the game. But Gears of War 1, I can't wait to or whatever it be, a Gears of War remaster. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with it, and I'm definitely looking forward to Gears of War 4. But that is it for tonight. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend, and we're out, you know. But you guys, anything else to say before I piss off every PlayStation fanboy? Once, twice. All right, that's it. Xbox is the best box, and I am the best bot. Good night, or good morning in Jay's case, if you're on the other side of the globe. We're out.